Welcome everyone. Today we are talking about addition math strategies, and today we're going to focus on the number line strategy. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to write down an equation, 95 plus 47. Okay, so when I do the number line strategy, I'm going to first start with an open number line, and that just means that my number line isn't going to start at 0 like a lot of number lines, because we're using, as you can see, numbers like 95 and 47, and we don't want to write from 0 to 47 just to get started. So we call it an open number line. And what we want to do to start with is we want to look at the 95 and the 47, and we want to decide which of those numbers we want to start with on our number line. So think about that for just a second. Which number do we want to start with, 95 or 47? Well, if you said 95, you are correct. And the reason we want to start at 95 is because we have less to add with the 47. If we were to start with the 47 and add 95, we'd still get the same answer, but we would have a lot more work to do. And we're always trying to be, the most efficient when we're doing math and find what works for us. So when you do addition on the number line, just go ahead and start with the larger number. So let's start with 95. So now we're going to look at the tens place and the other number. So we have a 4. That is the digit. The value of the 4 is 4 tens. So we're going to want to add 10 and get 105. Okay, so we have 4 tens to add, and we've only added 1 10. So we need to add 3 more. So let's add another one. There's another 10. So that gives us 115. And then we're going to add another 10. And that's 125. We're still not there yet because we need to add 4 tens. So let's add another 10. And then we have 135. And if you notice, my tens aren't perfect, and that's completely okay. It's just a representation. It does not have to be drawn to scale. So now let's look at the other number that is in the ones place. We have 7. So we can just add on 7 at this point, or we can break it down into a 5 and then some ones to make it easier for that mental math. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do 5, which is 140 plus 2 more. So you can see that the 5 and the 7, they both equal, the 5 and the 2, they both equal the 7, okay? So 140 plus 2 more is 142. So you always want to circle where you landed so you remember, and then go ahead and write it up here. And 95 plus 47 is 142. Let's try another one. Let's try one with 3 digits, okay? So here we have 143 plus 262. So there's my equation. So I'm going to first draw my open number line. And then I have to look at both of the numbers and decide which one is larger, because I always want to start with the larger one so I have less work to do on the number line. So I'm going to start with 262. So now I'm going to look at the other number, and I'm going to first start in the hundreds place. How many hundreds do I have? I have 1. So I'm going to jump 100 and get 362. Next, I'm going to look at the tens. How many tens do I have? I have 4 tens. The number in the tens place is 4, and that's the digit, the number. But the value is 4 tens, 40. So I'm going to jump 1 10 to get 372. Another 10 to get 382. Another 10 to get 392. And another 10 to get 402. And remember, it does not have to be perfect to scale. It just is a representation. So now I'm going to look at the ones place. I have 3 ones, so I'm just going to jump 3 more, and I'm going to get 405. And I'm going to circle that so I remember where I landed, and then I'm going to write it. Okay, so that is how you do addition on a number line. Let's try one more, a little bit more challenging. So this one is going to be 157 plus 492. Wow. So if you saw that and you had to do that and you couldn't use the algorithm, you'd be like, But using a number line makes it very easy to keep track of that mental math. So we're going to start with the larger number, 492. Now we're going to look at the ones place. We have just 100, so we're going to do a jump of 100, and we're going to get 592. Now we can look at the tens place. We have 5 tens. So we're not adding 5, we're adding 50, or 5 tens. So 110 would take me to 602. 2 tens would take me to 612. 3 tens would take me to 622. 4 tens would take me to 632. 5 tens would take me to 642. So I have my 5 tens, and I'm just going to look back and make sure I got all 5 because it's easy to make a mistake. Now we're going to look at the ones. We have 7 ones, so we can break it up into a 5 and a 2 because that makes it a little bit easier for that mental math. 642 plus 5 is 647, plus 2 more is 649. I'm going to circle where I landed so I don't forget, and then I'm going to finish off my equation up here with 649. All right, so that is how you do addition, multi-digit addition on a number line. All right, thanks.